Yeah, so we've just come back from two trade shows, ISE in Barcelona in May, and then InfoComm in Las Vegas in June. Obviously, it's a weird situation this year having the two so close together, but it was a real joy. There was a real excitement at both events. Just the pleasure of being in each other's company again, both as a company, but with clients and strangers, just everyone being in one place for one thing. And I think there was a realization across the board that in person is something we'd been missing more than perhaps we'd realized. In terms of new product launches, ISE was a little bit muted. I think probably because it had been pushed back from February till June. And so I think lots of things that perhaps would have been announced if ISE had been in February just kind of got leaked out in the first half of the year rather than having that big bang launch at ISE. And with InfoComm just after as well, there was a temptation, I think, for companies to hold on until InfoComm if they had any big announcements. So really what we saw in my area in the collaboration world is a broadening of vendors' offerings. So most of the companies now in the video conferencing space do pretty much all of the different products that you can have, from webcams through to video bars. So InfoComm, there was a little bit more in terms of product innovation. We saw the new Sightline concept from Crestron, which was a really interesting way of bringing that meeting equity into the room so that remote participants and people who are there in person all have a really inclusive and an integrated experience. So this had, I think it was 7 PTZ cameras within the room and multiple displays. So wherever you looked when you were in the room, you see out of the corner of your eye people who are joining remotely. And if you're on the other side, if you're remote dialing into the room, then you get a view of the group, a view of the speakers, speaker tracking, all of this kind of functionality, which made for a really immersive experience. Elsewhere, there was the Lenovo launching a Windows operating system video bar, which is very interesting and points to a really new direction in that market where Android has had its way for a long time. But other than that, there was nothing too striking, but what was noticeable is just the excitement of being together. That was the real joy of both of these events. There was a sense that we don't know if there's going to be future waves of COVID coming through, which will disrupt this, so we'll enjoy it while we can. But yeah, it was a real pleasure to be involved in both, and looking forward to getting out there and going to similar events soon, future permitting. Thanks.